Tango Papa, I've got your smoke. Where do you want the fire brought?
Hey guys, what's going on? Well, obviously from the title, I had an incident recently with a flashlight. I've been carrying the Streamlight micostream now for probably about 3 weeks. I always like to carry an E.D.C light for obvious reasons. I picked this one up because of its size and how bright it is. I was driving the other day, just left the auto parts store, and heard a loud pop, best described as a loud cap gun, or if you've ever heard a pistol primer go off, just a primer, that's pretty much what it sounded like. Looked down and there was smoke coming from my left pocket. Also in my left pocket, I always carry a North American Arms pug. So that was my first thought. I pulled over, I checked the pug. The sound to me wasn't loud enough for it to be a .22 Magnum, and there were no signs on the pug of anything happening with it. So I looked on the rear of my flashlight, and lo and behold, the back button was blown out of it. So I immediately called Streamlight and got their warranty department. Streamlight has always been great as far as warranties. Nothing compared to you know who. But talking to the guy in the warranty department, first off I asked him, hey, have you ever heard of a flashlight exploding? And he said no. And I went on to explain to him what had happened, and before I could finish my explanation, he said, did the back of it blow off? And I said yes, and he said, I have heard of this happening before. So he got my address down, and they're going to send me a replacement in the back. I guess the little rubber piece, they're going to send me a replacement. He did mention that there is a vent hole to prevent this from happening. I looked around, couldn't find the vent hole anywhere on the flashlight, but I told him I'd call back later and speak with the manager about this just to kind of figure out why this happened. My best guess is I had a buildup of acid gas inside the flashlight, and the rear is the weakest point, and that's where the explosion came out. That's where it exploded from. When I got home and got settled down, I was thinking more about what had happened, and a lot of times when I use this light, it goes in my mouth. We all do it. We need both of our hands free, so the first place you put your flashlight is in your mouth. And that really got me to thinking, what had happened, or what would have happened if the flashlight was in my mouth when it exploded. I'm going to call back with Streamlight this week and speak with the manager, and I will probably send this light in because I really want to know exactly what happened. Quick note, I was not using cheap batteries. I had a Energizer battery in it that was new, and the battery didn't show any signs of swelling or sweating. Inside my pocket, there was no damage as far as from the release or from the acid. So I will do a follow-up video on this. I just want to do this video to let everybody know of kind of what happened and just kind of be cautious with it. So that is my story with the Streamlight micostream and the explosion of that. I've looked online, and there's been a couple other instances of flashlights like this exploding, mainly due to cheap Chinese batteries. So I'll keep you all updated. As always, thanks for watching.
Roger.